For this week, I continue to study the heatsink, 10 centimeters wide and 40 centimeters long. This time I only used one 40 CFM fan, and I also tried the experiment of trying to restrict the flow of air that goes into the heatsink by putting a cardboard over the heatsink fins in order to force the flow of air to go from the fan all the way to the end of the heatsink. The measurements for the first two figures, which is only the 40 CFM fan, are these ones: 47.9 degrees centigrade, which is about this thermocouple here, 49 degrees centigrade for the other two thermocouples, which are this one and this one. There is an increase of about a degree centigrade for zone A, which is the nearest to the fan, and for zone B and C there is an increment of about 6 degrees centigrade, which can be explained by the fact that the flow of air doesn't reach with as much intensity to these points, and this causes the temperature to increase since the rate of exchange of heat is diminished. Given these results, I made the hypothesis that perhaps restricting the flow in order to cause it to flow through all the length of the heatsink would make this temperature lower. These are the measurements that I got from that experiment by putting the cardboard over the fins. There is a cardboard here and another one on the other side of the fan. These are the results, and as can be seen, there is an increase in temperature. So this can probably be explained by the fact that the flow of the fan is restricted because of the cardboard. There is a funnel effect that actually causes the air to move slower, and thus reducing the heat exchange rate even further than this case, and that causes the temperature to increase. This last result is one of the most useful, since for a lot of time I recommended to my clients to actually consider this kind of arrangement, putting some cardboards or some limit to the flow of air exiting the fins before going through all the length of the heatsink. But actually it seems that it's better to only put the fan without any further restrictions, and that has been a very useful result in order to have better recommendations for my clients. And that's it for this week.